What's going on, CodeTubers? Thank you for stopping by, Coder Dyslexic. I'm Joey, and today we are going to go through our Odin project. We're at our final kind of recap project, or recaps, I guess you could say, that we're going to go ahead and do a video on. So I've been working through the Odin project for a couple weeks now. I'm just getting to the HTML portion of the Odin project. I just been trying to work on it at my own pace when I have the time. And so this is going to be the recap of everything that I've learned so far. Now I am going to do something a little different. And we'll go ahead and go through that right now. This is the part that I'm going to get stuck on because this is going to be a new thing for me. Now, if you're going through the Odin project and you're going through the Git, so GitHub, on this, it is actually asking you to go ahead and use your terminal. And it's also asking to use the repos file that you did earlier. Let's go ahead and get that sound going through our Elgato real quick. The reason why I use a Mac is obviously I decided to use Mac because of the dictation system. I think it's a lot better for dyslexic individuals like myself. And yeah. And even on the Odin project, it says it's based off of a lot of your Mac OS systems. So that's what we're using. Using my gaming PC slash everything else PC to record this video. And then I'll use my Mac for coding. So this is where it's going to get a little bit different. So let's see. Create a new repo for this project at github.com. Call it the Odin recaps. Move the repository into your local machine inside the repos folder that we previously created in Git Basics. So I am going to bypass that. And the reason why I'm going to bypass that, I'm going to try to bypass that, is we have VS Code, right? So VS Code should integrate GitHub with that. So we shouldn't have to go in the terminal. I don't have a lot of experience on the terminal just yet. So eventually we might get a lot of experience with it. But right now I feel that at this particular time, I'm not going to need it. Not saying I won't need it later on, but let's go through this and see what happens. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and come over here to our Git. We're going to go ahead and create a new repository. And we're going to go ahead and name it Odin RE, or what do we have it? What do they want it named? And don't mind my Mac mouse. For some odd reason, it sucks. It likes to lag. So we want to name it this. So we're going to go ahead and grab that. And we're just going to go ahead and see how it likes to jump a lot. But with my other mouse, it doesn't do that. I just don't want to switch back and forth. That and such, it's charging right now. All right, so we got that. They want you to keep it a README, so we're going to go ahead and keep it a README. We're going to go ahead and create repository. Then we're going to go over here and we're going to grab the HTTPS. Make sure that's clicked. I'm going to go ahead and copy that. Then we're going to go ahead and go to, this is our GitHub area. We don't want to open new folder. We want to clone, right? So that's kind of what it's asking you to do over here. Set up a README file, write a brief introduction, description. Okay, so we need to do that. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. We got a README. Let's go ahead and write a brief discussion right here. And it's not wanting to let me do it. There we go. Some odd reason the Mac's been doing that lately. All right, let's do it. So brief description. This is the beginning of me demonstrating what I have learned through the Odin Project with HTML. All right, so that's what we're gonna do. Comment on this comment. Comment on this commit. This is the beginning of me demonstrating what I have learned through the Odin Project with HTML. So we're gonna go ahead and do that one right there. We'll go ahead and go back to our main thing here. So we already copied, like I said, HTTPS. So we don't want to open a folder on it. We want to clone repository. Am I saying that right? That's another reason why I like dictation. Let's see. Pretty sure it is. Oh, we're going to come over here after we did that. We're going to go ahead and paste. And then we're going to go ahead and clone from GitHub. This extension GitHub wants to sign in using GitHub. Allow. Boom. A version studio code to access GitHub. Yes. Authorize GitHub. Yes. Do you want to allow this page to open? Yeah, sure. Allow extension to open this URL. Yes. And we should be open. Oh. Authorize token. You know, honestly, I don't know if I could do all that. Repository name. Copy the link, switch back to VS Code, click sign in to GitHub in the status bar, paste token, and hit enter. Okay, well. I don't know what's up with all that, but let's go ahead and close. I want to save this to my desktop. Would you like to open the clone repository? Yes. Repository. Pardon me. Let's go ahead and click on the Readme. I don't know why it doesn't show the comment that I made. But anyways. So now, essentially, what we should have is there's our file that we cloned from our GitHub. All right. So that's what I have gotten through so far of knowing, I guess, what to do. How to clone the repository through GitHub. We're going to go back over here. Let's go ahead and make sure I'm saying that correctly.
Repositories.
Repositories. Anyways, so we got that. So we'll go ahead and open it back up. We'll leave it here. Should be a comment in there. There's a comment. Cool. Back to code. All right. So we've done that so far. So let's go ahead and get in to what we're about to do. Okay, so we're back on to the Odin project and we're going to go over our assignment. So just to show, we got dark mode. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and switch over to dark mode. Actually, I think that's new. First time I'm seeing that. Okay, so we've gone through the introductions, right? So we're got GitHub basics down. Like I said, didn't like the terminal so much. I need to learn that a little bit better, and I will eventually. But let's keep going through. So we're at the projects. We're at our assignment now. So let's go ahead and scroll up here. So we are going to the initial structure. So within the Odin receipts or recaps directory, create an index.html. So what we're going to go ahead and do is come over here, and we're going to go ahead and create a new index.html. All right. HTML. Boom. All right. Fill out with a usual boilerplate HTML and add a H1 header. Odin recaps to the body. So what I like about this is cheat codes that we learned. All right. So we're going to go ahead, exclamation point, enter, boom. Here we go. And we're going to go ahead and add H1. H1, that's a 2. You want a 1. And then we got that. And we want to add Odin recaps. RECIPES. And there we go. We're going to go ahead and just save that. So we got that. All right. So section 2, integration. Is that what integration to? And you'll see me do this a lot.
Iteration
2, recap page. So you're going to see me do that speech a lot. So that's because of my dyslexia, right? So sometimes I can't read everything perfectly. So I use the speech that MacBook or Macs have, like I said, to help me out, better understand things. So if you're dyslexic, like I am, it's a good tool to have. So we're going to create a new directory within the Odin recaps directory and name it recaps. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and do a new directory. So to me, a directory is a name it recap. So directory to me is obviously, I think, a terminal term, but it's a file. So we're going to go ahead and name this recaps. RECIPES. RECIPES. Cool. So we got a file. Create a new HTML file within the recaps directory and name it after the recaps it will contain. For example, okay, so we're going to go ahead. We can close this README. We don't need that open. Under here, so we're going to go ahead and create. And we want to... What do we want? We want LASA.html. Cool. I want that under the recaps, or it's already there. So if I close that, yep, there we go. So we created underneath recaps. You can use this name of your favorite dish, or if you need some inspiration, you can find a recipe to use here. Okay, so we're going lasagna recipe. That's what we're doing. Okay, for now, just include a H1 heading with the recipe name as its contents. All right, so it's asking me to go ahead and this H1, which I thought we had to do the kind of. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens by adding the H1 in there. Let's go ahead and close that. There we go. And we're going to name it lasagna. And we're going to go ahead and save that guy there. So technically, if we come over here and we're going to go live, because we have the live extension, lasagna, good. I understand. Don't show the skin. Live reloads. It's not possible without body or head tag. Okay, I understand. So that's what it's asking me to do. And if we come over here, this should be live. There we go. Odin recaps. Recipes. I keep saying recaps. Recipes. Odin recipes. Come on now. All right. So create HTML file, recipes directory. Okay, so we're doing lasagna for now. Just do an H1 header inside of that. So we did do that. There we go. Heading and contents. Back in the index file, add a link to the recap page you just created. The text of this link should again be the recipe name. Okay, so what they're wanting us to do is to add a link to it. So we need to go ahead and do a ref or herf. No, not hidden. HRE. There we go. And then we want to do, I don't know why they want, that's not a picture though. But I think they wanted to do doon. And then we want to go to recipes. And then we want to do a lasagna. So add a link to the, okay, and blah, blah, blah. And let's go ahead and save that. Now, you see how that body is red right now? That's because we don't have a closing bracket. And we don't need a closing A, I don't think. You know, we're going to leave it. I don't think it's going to mess with anything. Oh, I know what that means is we're going to try to do like if the link doesn't show up, kind of like. And we're going to name this lasagna, right? So L LASAGNA lasagna. I'm going to go ahead and save that. So now if we come over here, it's going to be a clickable link to the lasagna page, right? And then what we also did was we put a name just in case for some reason you didn't see the link. I don't think we actually need that. But hey, let's be redundant. All right, integration 3, recipe page contents. This recipe page should have the following contents. So we're going to the recipe page. An image of the finished dish under H1 heading that you added earlier. You can find images of the dish on Google or the site recipe site we linked to earlier. Okay. So you want a picture underneath the H1 tag. See, I have this feeling that I need to do this page kind of like the index page. You know what I mean? But we're going to go with it because it doesn't say, hey, fill out the blue or the boiler point, whatever they call it. What is it called? A boilerplate. Boilerplate. That's what it is. So let's go ahead and do that now, yeah? So we're going to go ahead and come over here. We want the recipe sites, find recipe. Let's go to lasagna. ASAGNA. There's some lasagna. Ooh, that one looks good. Let's go to Christie's lasagna. And it's on Pinterest, so we want a link to her picture. Copy image address, copy image. Let's go ahead and copy image address. Then we're going to go ahead and let's remember how we did this. We want an image. So IMG, yes. Then we want we might have to go back and freaking learn stuff. Even though we just got done doing images, my mind went blank since we had to get recording stuff up and going, and it did not want to work correctly. Trying to remember. No, it's image. Let's do it. Let's go back. Odin Project. So we're on image finished dish. Okay, so we're on the third recipe. Go back to pass. Links and images. That's going to be the click me. Don't need that. Don't need that. That's href. So that's what I did here. Absolute links, relative links. We're making an absolute link, right? No, relative link. Anyways. Links, relative is links to other pages within our own website. Okay, so the absolute link links to pages on other websites. So we're making an absolute link right now because we don't have the picture on my computer. So what we need is h1 body. Okay. Back in the index page, add the following element. So technically, wouldn't I be doing the exact same thing? But we want only the image to be added. A href, okay. Pages, so this is on my computer. All right, now it's images. To display an image HTML, we use image dot whatever. Okay, element unlike the other elements we have encountered. SRC is what we're looking for. Cool. So what we need is SRC. And then we're not having it on here. So we're going to come over here. Make sure we're good. SRC, cool. And we want to Wow. Long link. And then we want to src the link. I know they want us to put a description on it. So it's alt, right? So we're going to go ahead and closing bracket. And we're going to go ahead and alt. I like spacing my stuff, so alt. What did it try to give me? A L T. Should have brought it up, actually. I wonder if I need to do this and then go to AL. Ha ha ha, there it is. So alt, what is this? It likes to do that lately. Picture of lasagna. So what this does here is it tells a visually impaired person that's a picture of lasagna, right? So essentially now, if we go back, see, and it does want us to add those, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. It might mess it up, actually. Well, let's do this. Go ahead and see what we're looking at, right? So let's go ahead and come here. We're going to go ahead and save. And then we want to click on our lasagna. And there we go. We got a picture. We got a lasagna picture. Yes, sir. All right. Let's go ahead and come back over here. And go back to the rest of our assignment. We were at recipe 3. Gone too far. Recipe 3 is a add an image to finish the dish. Add it earlier. You can find the image of this dish on Google or the site that we did earlier. Under the image, it should have an appropriately sized description. Heading followed by a paragraph or two describing the recipe. Okay. So under the image, see, this is why I just have a feeling that we're doing this wrong. Is this, all this should be laid out just like our HTML, right? It should be all this, and then we could have titled it. No, we don't need it. And then we could have came over here and then lasagna. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's just boggling me why it didn't ask us to do that. Let's see if it did. Within the Odin recipes directory, create an index.html. Fill out the usual boilerplate HTML and add an H1 heading Odin recipes on the body. So this is what we did right here. Okay. Boom. Then we're going to create a new directory under the Odin recipes, a directory, and name it recipes. Okay, so that's what we did. Here's a recipe. That's the directory. Create a new HTML file within the recipes directory and name it after the recipe we will contain, for example, lasagna html. You can use the name of your favorite dish. Okay, so we're sticking with lasagna for now. Just include an H1 heading with the recipe's name as its contents. Back in the HTML file, add a link to the recipe page you just created. The next of okay, so it's not asking us to do it, right? Okay. All right, so it's not asking us to do it. So we're back underneath 3. Okay, under image, you should have a appropriately sized description heading followed by a paragraph or 2 describing the receipt. So we're going to go back to lasagna. You're going to go at the very end of this guy, this long old thing here. So we want a heading appropriately sized. So since we already have an H1, let's go with an H2. H2. All right, fat fingers. All right, there we go. H2, and we're going to go recipe. All right. Well, since it's not wanting to work, we're going to go ahead and cheat and go to RECIPE. Or lasagna. LASAGNA. And we'll go ahead and make it fancy. Let's go ahead and get it really fancy. And we're going to go ahead and make this a strong ST. There it is. We want strong. I messed something up. It messed something up over here. All right, let's go ahead and redo this line. So we know we wanted H2. Cool. Boom. Close. Recipe. We're gonna go RECIPE. Or, now let's go ahead and do the strong now. There, we want strong. Come on. Strong lasagna. LASA. And then that's in between there. And we're going to go ahead and flare it out. Boom. That looks good. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And we're going to go ahead and come over here and look at it real quick. All right. So this is recipe for lasagna. Boom. So we did that underneath the H1. So lasagna isn't like popping out. Okay, now we learned that, right? So the strong, it won't make it even bigger. And if you can hear my desk, the squeaky. So we don't need the strong. So there you go. Because it didn't make it look any different than what the header 2 is going to have. So let's go ahead and just save it like that. And for some odd reason, it keeps liking the mess up here. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. We're going to go down. It wants a paragraph. Now let's go up. I guess we already have a 4. Go ahead and hydrate. So it wants a paragraph. So we're going to use the key. And we're going to go ahead and put... Says it wants... What did it say? It wants 1 or 2 paragraphs? Other images should have a properly sized description heading followed by paragraph or 2 describing the recipe. Under the description and under the description, add an ingredients heading followed by an unordered list of the ingredients needed for the recipe. Okay, so it wants... Under the image, it should have a appropriately sized description, heading, followed by a paragraph or 2 describing the recipe. Okay, so we got the paragraph started. Close you. Okay, so this is the ingredients we need. These are the directions. Step 1, step 2. All right, ads, go away. Nutrition facts. Describing the recipe. Okay, so let's just do this. Make sure this guy's working. Yep. This is a new and wonderful way to make lasagna. This lasagna was created from a wonderful person named Christine. Named Christy. Okay, go. Or go ahead and go with that. Save it. Says it wants 2 paragraphs. I don't think we really need 2 because we get the idea. But for example, we're going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and split these. Actually, we can go ahead and do that strong with her name. All right, so we can go ahead. Let's delete Christy. And we'll go ahead and add strong to it. It already knows what I wanted to do. Now we're going to go ahead and put in her name. Why? Christy. Save. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Now we're going to go through the second one. And this port's already failed. Woohoo! Alright. So we're going to go ahead and see if my dictation's working. This recipe was also copied off of Pinterest, which is a great website to visit. Okay, this recipe, so every paragraph starts with the capital, right? I don't know. I'm not a grammar Nazi. this, okay, so not a grammar Nazi. But what we want to do is emphasize EM Pinterest. So instead of doing the delete and redoing the Pinterest, we're going to go ahead. I think it's cut is going to be X. There we go. So we're going to come over here. Want to cut that. Calm down there, cursor. Paste. Boom. Save. And now we should have, this is a new and wonderful way to make lasagna. This lasagna was created from a wonderful person named Christy. And we got the bold print because we used strong. This recipe was also copied off of Pinterest, and see how it emphasizes it, which is a great website to visit. Not really, actually, well, my wife does all the time, but I don't. Cool, so we got all that. See, under the description, add a ingredients heading followed by an unordered list of the ingredients. Okay, so what it's wanting us to do now, let's go ahead. We need more room here. That's as far as we're going to be able to close that down. So we're going to go ahead and come down. So it wants a unordered list of ingredients. So it wants a bullet point list of ingredients. So what we're going to do is, how do we want to do that? So we still need a heading, right? So let's go ahead and still use our heading 2. And we want INGREDIENTS. We don't need to say list. Let's just keep it with ingredients. And then we want to do an unordered list. So we're going to go, wait a minute. If I remember correctly, we're going to go unordered list. No, it should work. So OL for unordered list. We're going to go ahead and space that out. And then we're going to go list item. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and copy. Let's find out how many ingredients we need for this recipe. Ingredients, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's make sure we didn't mess that up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we need 8 of them. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So we got 8. We're going to go ahead and just do a whole bunch of copy and pasting now, right? Copy. Paste. Copy. Paste. Copy. I know you're going to be like, well, you don't have to tell me copy, paste, copy, paste. I'm just walking through it, you know. Walking through my own head. I guess that's a self-taught type thing, right? Or a dyslexic person. Or, you know, anybody that has a learning disability. We like to, like, eventually, we just kind of know what we're doing and just kind of like hand in hand, you know, like riding a bike. But when we're learning, we kind of talk ourselves through it. All right, we got ourselves a unordered list of ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Perfect. So finally, under the ingredients list, add a steps heading followed by order list of the steps needed for making the dish. All right. So we're going to go another heading 2. And we want to go, what does it add? So ingredients. So we're going to go steps. And we're going to go to, so that's OL for unordered list. And now they want ordered list. Ha 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 ha. See, you guys almost let me do that. So we need this to be an unordered list, not a ordered list. Save. Now we want a ordered list, so that is going to be the OL. Space that out. Now the thing is, it's still list item, right? So the only difference between these is instead of dots, little bullets, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to do what we did before, right? So we're going to go ahead and not do that, but LI for list item. We don't need caps lock on. LI. Thank you. And we're going to go ahead and copy. And we want to know if she tells us the local offers. Steps 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 steps, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So now here's the interesting thing that it didn't ask us to do. But I think we're going to have to wrap. Call it wrapper string, but paragraphs into. See, finally underneath the ingredients list, added steps. Heading followed by an ordered list of the steps needed for making this dish. So let's see how this looks. Don't think it's going to look very well, honestly. It might. So what I was thinking about doing is put a paragraph in between here. Whoa, what did I do? It is a long one. Look at this little guy. It did a long one. All right. Zoop. And 4, preheat oven. I have a feeling there's more than that. 30 minutes until bubbly. Let stand for 15 minutes. Don't want to forget the period. Copy. Paste. Don't need that down there. Turn it back over there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and look at this guy. So these should be bullets. These should be 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Go ahead and close it. We're going to go ahead and make it live once again and see what we got on changes. Blah. All right. So it did do it the way I wanted it, that I needed to see. So we still have our biggest H1 up here. We got H2, H2, H2. There's our unordered list of ingredients. And this is the order list of the steps needed in order to make this. Unordered is bullets, steps, or the ordered is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step. Okay, so under the ingredient steps, okay, cool. So number 4, add more recipes. Add 2 more recipes with the identical page structure to the recipe page you've already created. So don't forget to link to these new recipes on index page. Also consider putting all the links in a unordered list so they aren't all on one line. Oh, that's a cool little thing. So what it's telling me to do is come over here. And what we want to do is, so right now, if we come here, go live on our main page, we have lasagna, right? So we want to come back to here. Let's go to do the unordered list. No, that's ordered. So we need a UL for unordered list. Instead of doing copy and paste, we're just going to do it manual. And we're going to go ahead and close. Ooh, so how are we going to do that there, Joey? All right, let's go ahead and try it. So we're going to go ahead and close it. And then we're going to go ahead and space that out a couple times. All right, so now where we are. So now we're going to go ahead and add more recipes to what we have already created. So add 2 more recipes with identical page structures to the recipe page you've already created. recipe page that I've already created. I haven't created a recipe page. I have created a... Well, I have... Never mind. You're right. So they want me to just keep going on here, or do they want me to start a new page altogether? Which this kind of tells me, don't forget to link to the new recipes on the index page. Also consider putting all the links in an unordered list to stay so they aren't all on one line. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do this. So this is where I was wondering. So we want to go ahead and probably put a list item, close that list item. We don't need that closing tag there, but we do need the closing tag at the end. All right, so we're going to go ahead and close that out. It already knows what we're wanting to do, so now we're going to go ahead and... How many did this see? Add 2 more, so we need 2 other additional list items. So we're going to go ahead and go to list item, close. This time we do want that. And then we want to go to list item, close. All right. So 2 more. And now we got to pick, what do we want to do here? So thank you. Thank you to our generous Christy over here. Let's go ahead and go back. I've already done lasagna, air fry recipes, breakfast, chicken recipes. Does it really matter? Even though whatever this is looks delicious. So we got a main. So let's do an appetizer, and then we're going to do a dessert. So what appetizer? See, slow cook dip recipes that are sure to get party started. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's see here. We got slow cooked chili queso dip. Ooh, sounds good. It's lunchtime. Buffalo chicken dip. Ooh, okay, let's do it that. I like that. Buffalo chicken dip. So what we are going to do is come over here to our recipe area. And we're going to create. We're not going to capitalize, so we want buffalo chicken dip. And we don't need to be spacing that either. So buffalo chicken dip .html HTML. Cool. So we got that. Boom. We want to go ahead and H1 that. And we're going to go ahead and actually name this how we had it. All fancy and stuff, right? So we're going to go ahead and H1, and then now we're going to go ahead and capitalize our chicken dip. Buffalo chicken dip. Cool. So we're going to go ahead and save that. Now we're going to come over here. We're going to go ahead and make sure that we list. So we're going to go ahead and throw the a what are we calling this? What is the name of the A again? A tag. Anchor. There we go. Anchor element. Anchor element. So it's the anchor here. We're going to go to href. And then we're going to go to /recipes buffalo chicken. And we want to save that. And now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and close this. Make sure our buffalo chicken's there. Yes, it is. Buffalo chicken dip. Cool. Now what we want to go ahead and do we want to get her. Well, let's go ahead and finish this project. Go ahead and go offline, go back online, have it come up. And it did not show our lasagna. Or it showed the lasagna, but it's not showing our other one. Is it because I didn't save? No, that is not what we are wanting. We got the bullets. Don't know why we did mess up that. And that's the reason why. So we don't need this. But it messes up our A at the end. Where is this bracket coming from? Interesting. So we want to do here. And we want to go ahead and do our buffalo chicken. So it'd be UFALO chicken dip. Save. And you moved it down. That's kind of interesting. Go ahead and style this for my eyes. Technically, I don't need that. Okay, so that makes it a non-clickable link now. Because That maybe? There we go. Does it not need this bracket right here? It does mess up my code. I don't have that there. So we'll put it back. Save. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. All right. I know that's not called a bracket. I completely forgot what it is actually called. But I'll figure it out later. Why are you highlighted? I like to have a little bit of space between my stuff. That's probably where that's coming from, right? Haha. Found you. I found you. And I guess that's the process of debugging. Like, why is that there? So, we have that saved. Everything's good. Now what we need to do is to find out if that link gets us to lasagna. We don't. Well, hootin' pootin' shootin'. I know. You're thinking, like, where did that come from? Hootin' pootin' shootin'. We don't want that. We want buffalo chicken. Save. Lasagna. Buffalo chicken, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So. Why is it when I clicked on you, you went to the lasagna? There you are. That's better. I don't know what that was all about. All right, so we got our buffalo chicken. That's going to be our appetizer. I actually kind of want to move that around, right? Because it should go appetizer, like buffalo chicken, lasagna, dessert. Does it really matter? we're just doing a project, right? So, I could save myself time by just doing it, but why not just make things make sense to yourself? And we can do that. Make the list come out. Tab that over. All right, we're gonna go ahead and save. Ports. There we go. So appetizer, main course. Now we're going to do dessert, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So we want to leave our buffalo open. Let's go ahead and come over here. And we want desserts. Ooh, that. Breakfast chicken cookies, dessert recipe. Ooh, some peach cobbler looks good. The apple crust, panini, whatever. Creamy rice pudding, banana froster, 25 dessert Super Bowl. Let's just maybe type it in. We want peach. Peach cobbler. And there we go. Quick peach cobbler in a mug. No, I don't want that. Classic friendly. What? I don't say classic friendly.
Celiac friendly.
Celiac friendly. Have no idea what that means. Let's go find something that looks good. Ooh, yeah, that one looks good. With jalapeno jack topping. Woo! Damn, yeah. Let's do that. I got excited for no reason. It's not like I want to even eat this. I want to send this one to my wife, though. All right, so now we got our dessert. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and add a new recipe here. And we are going to go to peach cobbler. With jalapeno jack. Let's just, we'll do topping. Why not? Topping. Jalapeno jack topping. All right, sweet. Oh, we forgot to put HTML at the end, didn't we? Open. Rename. Come on, yeah. Come on. There we go. .html. Yeah. All right. And that went underneath the index for some odd reason. Why did you do that? We need to put you up here. So here we go. Perfect. It's lined up to exactly the way we want it. Awesome. We got the lasagna. That should, well, we're just going to leave lasagna right there. And that one's a long one. Peach cobbler with jalapeno jack topping. So we are going to go ahead and H1 this one. H1. So here we go. All right. A peach cobbler with jalapeno jack topping. So we're going to go ahead and save you. and go back to our index. And we are going to go ahead and add in our anchor with the href. And we want to go to dot / / whatever. We want to go to our file, the receipts, our recipes. I keep saying receipts. I know it. We're going to go down to the peach. And then we want to go ahead and add our name. So we can go ahead and do, that's a quick one. We're going to go come over here. Copy. Index. Paste. And we're going to go ahead and space it out like we did the other ones, right? Oh, wrong space. All right. Cool. Save. So now we come over here. There we go. Perfect. Got everything aligned. But we want to go ahead. Now we need to add the pictures. I'd actually like to see a picture here, you know, like that, but that's okay. So now we're going to want to make it look like this, right? So let's go ahead and start with our buffalo chicken, shall we? So we're going to go to our buffalo chicken. We're going to move the buffalo chicken right there, put the peach there. I can go ahead and, I'm just doing it for visual. I'm just moving my tabs around for visual pleasure, I guess you could say, just for me. So we're going to do it exactly like we did before, right? Don't forget to link the new recipes on the index page. Also consider putting all the links in an unordered list so they aren't all in one line. We've done that. Add 2 more recipes with identical page structure to the recipe page you've already created. So we're going to look at our lasagna. So the first thing we did is we went ahead and did our image. Then we said the recipe lasagna. All right, so we're going to come over here. Let's go ahead and add our image first thing. So, image, let's just go ahead and do that. Here. Actually, I don't think image needs to have a image. Let's reference that. Even though we just did it. And then src, that's what it is. src. And in that, we need to go ahead and grab our buffalo chicken. Let's get a better picture here. Oh, you like that picture? That's the picture we're going to use right here. Image. Boom. Got our image. I don't think I added anything to that, right? Ah, we did. We went ahead and did the alt. Gotta remember to do the alt, right? So they know what it is. So we're gonna go alt. And what are we gonna do? What are we gonna say for the alt? We're gonna say a colorful picture with party dip, crackers, celery, and carrots. Party dip with crackers, celery, and carrots. Colorful. Nah, we're not gonna put colorful. Let's just do that. Party dip with crackers, celery, and carrots. Save that. Let's go ahead and look at it. Did we save that? Make sure we're doing that right, so it looks exactly the same. I just put picture of lasagna on that one. All right, that's cool. Good. Save. Get off of highlighting, please. Just save. I don't care. There we go. All right. Back to the lasagna. So we have recipe for lasagna. All right. Go to H2 again. And we're going to do the recipe, right? Recipe to buffalo chicken dip. Add some flair. And then we did our paragraphs. We're going to go ahead and do our first paragraph. Go over here to the buffalo. Who is Sarah Garth? Let's go ahead and going to take 15 minutes. Those are our ingredients. So let's go ahead and run with this paragraph here. My mouse will stop messing up. That'd be great. There we go. Copy. paste. Come down and we're going to add another one. Why did I do that? Add another one. This recipe was also found on Pinterest by a lovely person, Sandra Groth. Oh, that came out. No, it didn't. Garth. Second time I've done that. Groth. Sandra Groth. Yeah. And we're going to go ahead and strong. I'm just styling it because I want to do it. I know it makes the project longer, but go ahead and strong this guy. No, not source. We want strong. We don't need this closing strong, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of that. But we will put it at the end. And you mess up my Sandra for some odd reason. I hit the cap locks button. There we go. This recipe was also found on Pinterest. Well, actually, I should do that, huh? Because if you've seen here, now I emphasize Pinterest and I stronged her name. So I'm doing the same thing. Okay. So let's go ahead and emphasize Pinterest. PM. Thank you for knowing that. You like this spaced out. Let's go ahead and save everything. So what we've gotten so far. These are pending changes. There are no stage changes to commit. Would you like to stage all your changes and commit them directly? You know, I haven't figured this part out yet. So I know I'm getting sidetracked from the actual project, but I think this is still part of the project. So technically, shouldn't everything I've done be inside of here already? Shouldn't it like automatically show up? Or technically I will push or commit. Hit commit. Don't need a message. Please provide a comment message. Press enter to confirm or escape to cancel. Let's just say recipes, maybe? I just want to see what it does, right? So that's pushing. See, source get extension. Would you? Oh, I missed it. So if I hit refresh up here, okay, cool. So if you don't know, now you know. Well, I guess that's how we get it over to there from VS Code. And let's go ahead and get back over here to our Buffalo. So we got all this stuff. Let's go ahead and close all these tabs. So we got our 2 paragraphs. Now we need to go ahead and go to STRPs. I messed that one up, didn't I? S. Steps. All right, so we did all that. So we're going to go ahead and come out here. Another H2, just like we did before. And we're going to go steps. All right, save. And let's go ahead and move on to ingredients, right? So we got ingredients. Okay, those are steps. So, well, we're on ingredients. We're not on steps right now. So let's go ahead and switch this back out. Ingredients. That's better. Save that. And they wanted us to do a unordered list on here. So we're going to go unordered UL. And then we want to go do ourselves a IL or LI for list item. All right, I kind of keep getting distracted, but let's go back to it here. So we're at our ingredients now that we need. So let's go ahead and go back over to our lasagna. Make sure everything is kind of looking the same here. Recap recipe for lasagna. I have that spaced out. Okay, we got our paragraph. Looks good. Paragraph. That one's a little bit longer. So now we're in ingredients here. So how many ingredients we have? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excuse me. So I'm going to put 9 because this onion is not going to go in my recipe. I don't like onions. Just to let you know. And you can give me a whole bunch of crap for it. It's all good. So we're going to go ahead and copy this. So we need 9 more. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good to go. So we are unordered list. All right. So U for unordered list. And let's go ahead and start copying and pasting. Angle my keyboard a little bit. Hate that it grabs the bottom like that. Well, that didn't work out right. So used to my and Pro 2 where I have to like tap, 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 tap. That looks better. One cup of buffalo wing sauce. Hey, if you've made it this far into the video, I appreciate you. And now the question is, what is your favorite buffalo sauce? What flavor? What restaurant? Whatever you want to put in. Are you a spicy person? Not a spicy person? Are you a ranch dipper? Blue cheese dipper? Let me know in the comments. I think I'm going to go ahead and space these out just to make it look pretty, maybe. I don't know. Skipping over the onion. Just seriously try to paste that there. Okay. We got it fixed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and save that. So we got an unordered list. Now we want to come down here and we're going to go stick with our H2. I mean, our H2. H2. Darn it. Steps. Now we want a ordered list. And we're still going to go with our list item. Once again, copy this guy. Or girl. Whatever you want it to be. And let's see the steps we need. We got 1 step, 2 steps. That's it. combined chicken, cream cheese, Kobe Jack cheese, goat cheese, buffalo wing sauce, blue cheese dressing, bell pepper, onion, and celery in a slow cooker. Cook on low for 4 hours. Transfer dip to bowl. Sprinkle with chopped scallions. I don't like the chopped scallions because if you don't know, scallions are onions. So we got 2 steps. That's simple enough. And paste. Now, no. Paste. Thank you. So that's going to be step 1. Swing ourselves back here. For step 2. And you know what? Because this is my recipe, we are going to take out all of that and just put dip in bowl. That's all you need to do, buddy. Put that dip in the bowl. Put a dip in the bowl. Put a dip in the bowl. All right. So what else did we have on here? That's it. That's all we had. So buffalo chicken. Make sure we say once more just to be redundant that we have it. And then we want to go, let's go ahead and go to our HTML. Want to launch our HTML. Go live. Buffalo chicken dip. Recipe to buffalo chicken dip. There we go. Sweet. Now let's go on and move to our dessert. Well, I don't know how much of that footage was corrupted, but hopefully it was just me frozen. And you heard my voice the whole time. So, anyways, and you got to see the main screen. At least that's what I'm hoping and wishing for. But let's go ahead and back to see. So we're done. We got this. So we're going to be going on to our dessert now. Why this? Okay, so make sure we got everything. So we got the dessert ready to go in our HTML index. Good, good. So now we need to go ahead and add our image into our little guy over here. So we're going to go ahead and do our normal image. There we go. SRC. Boom. And we can go ahead and get rid of our buffalo chicken. We're going to go with our peach cobbler. Go ahead and get our image here. We want to save the image address. Paste the image address. And goes all the way down there at the end. Then we're going to add a alt. And in that alt, we're going to name it a pie cooking, I don't know. It's a cooking pan with peach cobbler in it. Okay, how about that? Doop. Cooking pan with peach cobbler inside of it. All right. Awesome. That's all we should need. Save. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So we got something here that for C equals da 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 da. We don't have that bracket right there. So we want that bracket. Save. Reload the page. And there we go. Cool. So now we need to go into our I keep going back to reference how they want the structure. So we're going to go to your recipe for the peach cobbler. Okay. So you will want to go ahead and do our H2, header 2, and we want to go ahead and do so we don't have to write it out. Paste. All right, we'll go ahead and do it over here too. We're just going to make things a little bit somewhat simpler for us this time around. I know our command or our command V, command C would be probably easier than what I just did. But I was here and I am going through it here. So now we've on our third page, third recipe. So we're going to go ahead and save that. And now what we want to do is do our paragraphs. So we're going to go ahead and do our first one. P. And we want, this is a delicious and unusual twist on peach cobbler. The spicy cheese adds a fantastic finish. I bet it does. All right. Want that period in there. Come on. There we go. Copy. Paste. Boom. This time, I don't think we're going to do ourselves a second paragraph. We're going to leave it just the way it is. Now we need to go ahead and do another header 2 because we wanted to ingredients. So H2. And we want ingredients. Awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and do our unordered list. List. Give it some space. We want the list item. And then how many list items do we need? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 10. All right. There's our first one. Go ahead and copy that guy. And we're just going to go ahead and so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe I messed that one up. That's too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I did mess it up. Ooh. Too far. And then we're just going to go ahead and go down here. And we're going to go ahead and do our order list. Give that space. How many are we going to need of you? 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. 4 steps. So let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome niche. Awesome niche. All right. Needs to be a fresh lemon. One cup of all-purpose flour. After that last freeze up, man, it makes me want to keep looking at my OBS. You know, lately I don't know why it's been doing that. My camera is liking, or I think it's either the cam link from Elgato, or it likes to freeze. So if you noticed, I've been not exactly saving everything that I've been doing just yet. Because I'm just getting through it now. It's my 3rd page, so obviously I'm still having a reference back to where I was, so I'm not perfect at it yet. But I think I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I'm going to need a lot more practice. Obviously, I think we all do. Was that just a long one? So 2, 3. Maybe another long one. Did I not copy that? Because I'm pretty sure that was like the exact same thing there. That's a little different. Let's roll with that. Now we are going to go ahead and hit our save. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Now I want to go ahead and look at this guy. So we're going to go ahead and close these other pages down. And we want to go ahead and go live with it. So there we go. Do y'all see a mistake that I made? I do. Right here, we need another H2. And we need to go ahead and put in, what do we do? Not stages. Steps. 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 There we go. Save. It doesn't want to do it over here. Or if we refresh, it'll do it. There we go. Just not wanting to do it live. Cool. So essentially, now we have 3 different things. So if I close this, everything should be saved. Go ahead and go live on you. We have our appetizer, we have our dinner, and we have our dessert. So let's go ahead and buffalo chicken. Looks good. Lasagna looks good. And we have our dessert. Peach cobbler with jalapeno jack toppings. Looks good. So there we have it. Now what we got over here. So add more recipes. So we did that. Viewing your project on the web. If you want to show your work, the project, to others or submit a solution below, you will need to publish your site so others can access it from the web rather than just your local machine. The good news is that if you have your project on GitHub, as described above, doing this is incredibly simple. GitHub allows you to publish web projects directly from a GitHub repository. Doing this will allow you to access your project from your GitHub username.github, blah, 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 blah. There are a couple of ways to go about doing this, but the simplest is this. Make sure that the make sure that the HTML file of your project is called HTML index or index.html. If it is not, you will need to rename it and go to your GitHub repo on the web and click the settings button. Click on pages on the left side bar, change the source from non to main branch and click save. It may take a few minutes. The GitHub website says up to 10, but your project should be accessible over the web. Obviously submitting your own details in this link. Okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and come over here. We're going to go ahead and do our updates that we've done. All right. There are no staged changes to commit. Would you like to stage all your changes and commit them directly? You know, I don't know what that means, and I'm going to YouTube it after this video. What does it mean by that? But I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Please provide a comment. Finished Odin Project recipes. I said that wrong, but I figured it out. All right, please provide comment. Okay, comment, message, comment. Okay. Yes. Now we're going to push. This action will push and pull comments to from or okay. Okay. I want to see what this said earlier. Thought it said something earlier, but I'm not. Yes, not. All right, so we're going to go ahead and zoom out. Make our GitHub a little bit bigger. And essentially, now everything should be on here. So if I go to index, all the code that I have close, go back to code, got the readme open. So now I have my Buffalo. There's everything I've done. Heck yeah. Well, there you go. So this is everything I've done so far. Languages, 100% HTML. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And that is my very first project doing HTML. Going through the Odin project. So let's go ahead and do the big old thing here. These are solutions. I don't know why everybody added that, but mark as complete. And that is my first official project that I have ever done in coding. I know it's not that much, and you're like, dang, dude, you got a long way to go. But, dude, baby steps. I am learning, and that was pretty awesome that I was able to accomplish that. And obviously, you've seen that I need so much more practice. Now I need to actually, like, do this on my own, which I might do a live video and just practice. Maybe knock this out. Start from beginning 3 more times. Like, receipts. Obviously, I've already done 1, so 2, 3, 4. You know, just to do it, to learn how to do that stuff. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you liked this video, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit that thumbs down. I don't really care. Leave a comment. If you've gotten this far and you know what I talked about, and leave a comment anyways. That doesn't make sense. But remember, keep looking up, because that's where it all is.